it's off to a rousing start. Today's honoree, Daniel Trush, who's 27 years old and is truly a survivor. When he was 12, he had 5 undiagnosed aneurysms in his brain. One burst, resulting in a 30-day coma and a hospital stay of nearly a year. While doctors weren't optimistic, his family was hearing nothing of it. His parents, Ken and Nancy, were committed to helping their son not only survive, but thrive, and they did so with music. Ken sang to his son every single day. A bedside stereo played tunes meant to inspire and to heal, and indeed, he has made a remarkable recovery. Daniel Trush is committed to music even now. He knows how important it can be in one's life.
All right, let's talk about it. As you saw, Justin Smoke just double to open up the inning. Let's talk about today's event. Where was it and what happened?
Well, 5 years ago, Daniel and his family founded Daniel's Foundation, Music Foundation, and the intent is to help others learn that music can inspire. Today it certainly did. The members of Daniel's Musical Foundation on Broadway at Brooks Atkinson Theater, about 1,000 people packed the building to see their performance. Yankees Nick Swisher, Chris Dickerson, Francisco Cervelli, and Russell Martin took part, and it was a great time had by all. Susan Waldman was the MC of the event, and she told Russell Martin, "You're spending a little bit of your time here today. These folks will remember this forever." Daniel told me that the presentation and the performance of his song, Daniel's Thank You Song, was most meaningful to him. There was also a performance of the Backstreet Boys' Larger Than Life. Swisher and Cervelli took part, and Martin says that Cervelli can carry a tune, and Swisher was very comfortable with the Backstreet Boys choreography, but all proof that everyone there to have a good time and to support these people, some of whom are blind, some are afflicted with paralysis or cerebral palsy, some have Down syndrome, but they were all there to listen to music and be inspired by it, and by all accounts, everyone was.
And today, and before the game, we were all blown away by the performance of the national anthem. Kim, it was exhilarating.
A new bar has been set for the anthem at Yankee Stadium, Michael. The bongo drum and the voices and the enthusiasm were unparalleled. Smiles all around, and at the end you could tell they were as proud of themselves as this crowd was, and they received a rousing ovation. That was a moment I think everyone will remember for a long time.
All right, Kim, where does Daniel's Music Foundation go from here?
Well, they have grown from a one class of 5 people to 150 people strong. The classes are held in an Upper East Side studio. And Ken told me today, Daniel's father, that the Yankees' gift of $10,000 will fund 2 classes for an entire year. So not only is Daniel's Music Foundation surviving, it too is thriving and growing. And the family could not be happier. The Trush family, all smiles. Ken said, "This is like our Super Bowl," and then he reconsidered and said, "Maybe I should say our World Series."
Franklin Gutierrez lines one to left field. It's a base hit. Justin Smoke will stop at third. The throw comes into Freddie Garcia, and the Mariners have runners on first and third with nobody out, so they are threatening for the first time tonight. Now, what I've always been amazed about with Hope Week, Kim, is that players guard their free time very, very closely. Off days are important to them. The afternoons of a night game are very important to them. But none of them would rather do anything else other than to do this. And this has happened for the last 2 years. And you mentioned today, Martin, Swisher, Cervelli, Dickerson, they go there. They're not prodded by the Yankees. They want to take part in this.
Well, and in Martin and Dickerson, Michael, you have 2 men taking part in Hope Week for the first time. Both told me they were touched. They were blown away. They weren't exactly sure what to expect. Martin ended up playing the bongo drums. It sounds from talking to Dickerson like he had a very long conversation with Daniel Trush, and a good time had by all, but also one that meant a lot to them. Nick Swisher looked at me, shook his head, and simply said, "It gives you every bit of perspective you would need." And by the way, there were about 6 performances on the stage. It closed with a rousing rendition of New York, New York. I'm told that Francisco Cervelli was backstage having his own concert and really entertaining and being entertained by some of the folks who are members of the foundation. So they do what we see, and they do some of it behind the scenes as well. And you're right, Michael, they all look forward to it, as they are looking forward to Hope Week activities all week long.
Well, great stuff, Kim. Thank you so much. A great story with Daniel Trush, and we thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, we'll talk to Kim a little bit later on the post game.